Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Ba ba da ba 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 ba. So, no, this looks good enough. No, 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 no. Come on, come. I have valid studies. Yeah, let's see if I'm actually doing that. Ba-ba-da-ba-ma-ma. Yeah, Pedro, welcome, welcome. Hope everything is alright. Woohoo. Hope everything is Gucci. Bam, 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 bam. Alright, let's continue with our drawings. And yeah, let's continue. Do our warm-ups, then hand drawings, then maybe value studies, and then let's see how we're going. And then maybe singing. Woohoo! Maybe not. Practicing singing. We're studying hands, or like observation studies more, but drawing more hands. We're drawing more hands, so hand studies. Because I felt a little bit what's called not so confident in hand drawings, but now that I started a little bit of hands, now I'm a little more confident. Singing my drawing, yeah, that would be kind of nice, but I'm not. I have to learn a song. Oh, this is wrong. I have to learn a song. Hand drawing, let's go. Our favorite thing, man. Favorite thing to draw. %, exactly. Now, honestly, I think the more hand I draw, the easier it becomes, right? So when people say hand is very hard to draw, it's just you didn't do enough, it's called enough reps, man. I have to do a couple more reps. I'll go back to the basic and learn the proportions again and the finger proportions. That's company and my exact. That's how it should be. I guess the more difficult question is like, which style of hand are you going for? Are you going for like the classic, this one here, this style, this hand style, or like more like, are you going more like this kind of style? Or are you going for more like, the classic tool hand style? Or like, are you going more like crazy? Like, there's really different styles you can go like there. But I think I'm just going for single hand is enough. Yay! Thumbs up, man. Oh, that's put like that here. All palms. I mean, yeah, that's it's true. You can do that too. Like, I mean, I guess in that sense, you don't really need to learn how to draw hands if you just make a circle. It's obsolete. And I think I'm going for like probably like the classic one hand, like that style. Like here, 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is strong. Yeah, probably go for this stuff, probably. Like there. And then this is the hand, and go like there. A little smaller here. I'll probably go for like that kind of hand style. So here and then there and then somewhere there. One, two, and then 3 here. Like really like just 1, 2, and then 3, that that kind of style. Because I see there's a lot of anime style kind of hands. They're not really that pronounced, like they don't have like, Oh really? Hey, welcome Taro. Why is it so hard? What's stopping you? I don't know. I don't believe in myself, not enough. Have to believe in yourself, And then here. Ooh. Hands. And like a little more form to it. It looks weird. You're Zane, welcome. Always act like Berg when wings to understand. Not gonna lie. When I'm drawing hands, I imagine doing the pose myself, so there's also that. I get you. Oh man. I actually got back to singing again, like, and holy shit, my muscle hurts, man. Slowly become a real chicken day. Let's see, a real chicken. So I don't know. We can make like a quick after finish the warm up. Maybe we can do like a quick no bird study. A bird study. And look at, I mean, I never drew feathers, so I wouldn't know. Quick bird study. I mean, do you have like any reference? I mean, you probably have some reference, right? Patrick, you can send me like one reference and maybe try to draw it. It's been a while, really busy with school stuff. I mean, that's good. If you're busy with school stuff, you are graduating, you know? You're getting your exam or like your diploma. I don't know what you call it, which is good. You have some, I don't know, some credentials, you know? And that's really important. But you can send me some bird stuff. Or, or we draw like KFC, you know? Kentucky Fried Chicken, let's go. If not, I will just pick some, I don't know, like a bird in Pinterest. An AI bird. An AI does the bird, you know. Oh, I'm not really focused today. I'm not focused today. And I was way too fast. Kentucky Fried Chicken, but yeah, I can try to do like a bird study. Like a real bird or like more like a cartoon bird kind of thing. Like, is this like a realistic like bird or like more like a, what do you call it? Stylistic bird. I might be get hungry. hungry. Da, 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 da. Oh, my ear is itchy. I know why this happens. Ooh. Coincidence? I don't think so. I'm in your walls, Panja, that's why I know it. I hear every, what's called, crunch of the crispy chicken. Ah, that hurt. That's icky. Alright. I'm in your walls, man. I'm in your walls, hiding from the KFC police. Because I stole the recipe. I know the secret now. I know what they put in there. I know the secret. You gotta hide me, man. If you hide me, I show you the secret. The secret of the KFC recipe. Yes, Greenermit. How's hungry and sleepy? Isn't it like morning? I guess eat some like breakfast and then maybe like a quick nap. Quick nap. A quick nap per room would do the fix. Have you guys ever dreamed about sleeping? Like you were sleeping in your sleep, you know? You're dreaming about sleeping, you know? Good idea, breakfast in the morning, yeah. Have you ever dreamed about sleeping in your dream? Well, that's really weird. Eating waffles. I think the waffles have like some symbolism or something like that. What does those waffle mean, you know? Or maybe I'm just overthinking. It's just like waffles, man. I just like waffles, bro. There's no bigger meaning behind that. So it's like a nap. You don't sleep that much, huh? Got the other day. Yeah, maybe that's true. That's true. Like sometimes when you listen to something before you sleep or think about something before you sleep, your brain remembers. Like, especially like when I'm listening to like I don't know. I guess as a kid when my parents were listening to like a horror story or like really like horror movies and I was sleeping. I was like, oh, I was getting nightmares afterwards. That was not really nice. I guess something like that. Nightmare. He is the nightmare. But yeah. Perfect student pension, I would say. Always on the grind. A sleeping giant. I mean, yeah. To be fair, being a parent is probably harder than you imagine. And I think also most parents are not really qualified to be parent, you know. And what happens is that the child will probably get a lot of trauma because of the parents and has to go to therapy to kind of like work on all those kind of problems that they kind of develop over time. Got sleep paralysis. Damn, okay. I mean, I never got sleep paralysis. I was kind of wondering, like, what that feels like. Like, oh, that's kind of cool. I'm like, shit, that's scary. But I'm probably gonna be like, yeah, if I die, I die kind of thing, you know? Because normally you see like monster and stuff like that, and be like, yeah. Well, I'll be like, yeah, eat me, bro, eat me. Eat me, man. Eat me. And I'm eaten, and I'm like, damn, man. I actually got eaten by a demon. That's crazy. Me in hell. That's crazy. And that's how I ended in hell. Not in heaven? What did you do? Well, let's say I was not always the nicest person. Bam. Let's say I was not always the nicest person. See you in hell, I guess. To your remarks exactly. I'm a monster. Last time I said, "Oh my God, you make bad art. You should stop drawing." And then we stopped drawing because somebody told us to. That makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. I'm gonna be like on my redemption arc at some point, you know. We're gonna have like a big redemption arc, you know. Gotta be the worst person in human being, and then the comeback gonna be legendary, you know. And then people say, "You will not understand me," and I'm like, I can understand you. I was you, even worse than you, you know. Having like the big epic anime moment, you know. And then very emotional background music. Yeah, I was like you, man. After you've done, you don't deserve a redemption arc, so I think everybody deserves a redemption arc, I would say. I think, but it doesn't mean you should forgive, you know? That's a different thing, I would say. You should not forgive, but I think everybody should be able to redemption stuff, like, you know, see the mistakes that they made, like, oh, actually, I was an asshole. Actually, damn, man, I was really a bad person. Damn, man. Well, nothing I can do with spilled milk. I can only just focus on the now, right? To be fair, at some point in your life, you're gonna be the villain in somebody else's story. That's what I'm gonna tell you. You're not the hero that you think you are, you know? Yeah. It's like a quote of like, this is deep and I'm 14 kind of quotes here. Let me cope, man. Yes, I am coping. Let me cope in peace, you know. Let me cope. Let me be. You're gonna be the villain in somebody else's story, that's for sure. And I think that's good. You should be the villain at some point. I don't know why I'm so eager with like hell and evil, you know. I don't know, maybe I'm more like a balanced person. I think if you only try to be good and try to please everybody, you're gonna like sacrifice yourself, I think. And that's not good. You should not sacrifice yourself. Except if it's like your creed, your like moral compass. That's a different story, you know. If you have like a moral compass, then that's a different whole story, you know. Because you don't really care then what if people take, like, you know, try to take advantage of you or something like that. Have like epic anime I don't know, moment when like a person say, "What are you doing? They're just taking advantage of you," and you'd be like, "Yeah, I know it." Then why are you doing? Because that's who I am. I help people in need, even if I know they take advantage. I don't care. That's who I am, and I'm not gonna change because of other people who I am. And then like epic, background music. How can you still smile after all the pain? That's just who I am, man. Your family abandoned you. You have no friends. You lost your job and wife. Why are you still smiling? I don't get it. Be angry. Do something. And you'll be like, that's who I am, man. Despite everything, I smile. And that's deep, man. Despite everything they've gone through, they're able to still smile. Because, it's not like the environment, it's the choice they did. They chose. They chose to smile instead to give into despair and unfairness in this world. That's who I am. That's the Andy lifestyle. Oh boy. Okay, I got a little bit too into that. Despite everything, I still decide to smile because that it's my choice. So at that point, no self-preservation. I know, man. I think it's a little bit different than stoicism because I don't think stoicism smile. I would say they'd be like, yeah, okay. I would say it's stoicism plus. I think there's a stoicism plus where you just smile. Where you just be okay with it. Because I don't think stoicism, how do you say it, is like, I don't think they smile, they just be like, what's called contempt, or like more like, they have like a smile like this, Where I think if you have like this, it's a little bit different. How do you operate it? You just have to smile, That's the trick, man. That's the trick. And be happy. Stoicism plus is just smile and being happy. Hitting the Stoicism plus. I wouldn't say masochism. I mean, I think masochism is more like if you get like no kick out of it. Like I think it's more sexual oriented. Like I don't know. Is this only sexual oriented? Because maybe you like pain, but you don't get the boner. What's that then? But yeah, welcome, boy. You take pleasure from pain, exactly. But what do you define pleasure? Is pleasure like liking something, or like getting like getting the meat very hard, getting a kick out of it? Because I think there's like a degrees of like pleasure, right? Yeah, I think there's difference between I just like it and get it done. So I don't know, maybe it's not masochism, but more like let's see, that's a good term for that. Or maybe it's masochism. I don't know. Masochist. What's the AI definition? A masochist is an individual who derives pleasure, satisfaction, or gratification from experience physical pain, humiliation, or emotional suffering. Okay, if you like pain, are you a masochist? Yes, by definition, I guess so. Fine. Like AI says yes. What kind of fortitude would you need to actually be happy about experience the greatest hardship in your life? I guess it's more like character, I guess. I guess it's like the character that defines you. Like you don't get... Sounds more like this is self-delusion. Maybe. Maybe it is. You know, maybe the solution is the Sululu is the solution, you know? Sululu is the solution. What's this? Lulu. The Lulu is the Sululu, you know? That's maybe it. But I wouldn't say happy. Like I think the fine line it would be that you have to kind of acknowledge the bad thing, you know. But don't take it over your life, kind of thing, and then be happy. But I guess it's more easier said than done, you know. It's more easier said than done. But I would say it's like a characteristic to have when you don't let external influences decide what you're gonna be. I think it's more like a character trait, I would say, in my humble opinion. I guess it's based off everything's fine. I guess so, yeah. I don't know, like, personally, I would have like a different thing. More like, you acknowledge everything is on fire and then move on, kind of thing. And work towards a better future. And then be happy, I would say. Yeah. Because I don't like the fact that, you know, just ignoring the fact that everything is bad, you know. I think the good thing is just acknowledging everything is bad, and now it's time to do something about it, you know. Try something, even if it's fruitless, you know. Even if it doesn't, I don't know. It means nothing, you know. Then you might ask, what's the point? Well, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't know, man. What's the point? Well, I don't know. I would say, do you have anything better to do, you know? It's more like that. Do you have anything better to do? Or do you want to be depressed 24/7? Fruitless is like foodless, and now I'm hungry again. Well, then get some, I don't know, KFC. Can't stay for too long, but thanks for the stream. No, you're welcome, boy. You're welcome. Get some KFC. All right. Let's see. What was like pension like birds, right? Birds. Let me see some birds. Oh, Kaguya. What's that? That's nice. That's nice. That's very nice. But yeah, let me get like bird. A bird. Let's draw a bird. Bird study. Which have like wings, I would say. Let's see, bird. Let's see. Observation hand, bird. Bird study. Bird study. Quick bird study. What do we take actually? Someone with that looks kind of nice, but is this already painted or like no? Well, that looks nice. That looks very majestic. Okay, we take that. Let's see how that goes. Is this already in black and white? Yeah, it's already in black and white. That's nice. Okay, let's try to do actually a bird study. Bird up. Bird is a word, man. All right, let's go. First, we start with like the easy, I would say, proportions, or like easy shapes, I guess. I guess it's like two cylinders. It's just like a circle on a circle, basically. Circle on a circle, I would say. And then we have like, then maybe like a box here, tapered box there. So, and I guess this is where the shoulders are, I guess. And then we have like in the big, like there. Let's make like that. You know what else is a circle on a circle? I won't say it. A circle on a circuit. I don't know, man. I guess we'll never know, man. Then there, here. Donut. I guess yeah, donut. That's true. I think that's like the basic shape of the bird here. So, and then I guess that there. It's gonna be a little bit difficult to kind of do the values afterwards. I can try to do the values too. And we'll never compare birds to donuts, but no, we'll. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So let's see, actually. Where do they have it? Actually, I'm kind of curious what. Oh, where do they have it? There they have it. Benization looks like. Oh, really? Only that, huh? What's the most? I guess that's the shapes, I guess. That. I guess we can see it also like as a box too. I will take that. So the next thing would be, there should be like more to the side here. Adding a little bit more accuracy. So then this is like more overlap here. But it's just boxy donuts. The fuck are you talking about? But it's true. It's just true. Circle on a circle. If you see it, you see it, man. If you see it, you see it. Alright, this should be a little bit more up here. Okay, now we'll do like get like some reference points going on there. Negative shape. So everything is nice and easy to look at. This goes here. This negative space is wrong. That there. No, this is also wrong. The head should be like here. Observation mode activated. Get some nice reference points. So then this negative shape, this is too long. So is this a little bit too long? Yeah, you learned it from my favorite streamer. / YouTube, let's go. So this looks fine with the negative space, I would say. Maybe a little bit longer there. So this is a little bit too long. It's like here. This also a little bit more here, actually. Yeah. There's not really like space there. But it's always good to like draw something first, and then you can just use your observation skills to like make it accurate afterwards. Then again, this is wrong here, should be like here. Then bam. Yeah, it's okay. First Mega 6 kind of thing. Yeah, it's true. After you have like it's easier to work with something if it's something, you know. It's kind of difficult to work with nothing, you know. Yeah, something like that. It is kind of difficult, not gonna lie. So then that should be a little bit down there. Yeah, this is a little bit here. So, and then this should be a little bit up there. It's a little bit here. Down there. To make something out of nothing. But that's what we do. We just make something out of nothing. That's what we do here. As one legendary streamer said, we just do something out of nothing. The legendary streamer XQC once said, we just do nothing out of everything. Oh, what was it? We do something out of nothing. Yeah, man. That's what we do, man. Okay, I think, yeah, this is also kind of wrong here. Because this length and this length is really not correct. Should be like here. Yeah, this is language that's correct. It's also correct. This is also correct. This should be also correct. I guess again, getting like the big shapes going, I would say, is really important. Ah, you're welcome. Hopefully you learned something. about, I guess, stoicism plus, you know. We love stoicism plus. It's just masochism. It's just masochism. We love to see that. Yep, birds are just boxy donuts. Let's see. Let's make this a little bit bigger here. How well did I actually do that? See that? Yeah, let's go. Okay, we made, yeah. My bad. This was a little bit too big, but we got the overall kind of shape correct, so it's just nice. Yeah, this is... Actually, wait a minute. Ah, yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, now I can see this line. Oh. This line and this line as well. Yeah. So it should be like kind of like here. So, and then this line. This line is a little bit too much. Like this line and this line. And then I guess we make this a little bit smaller here too. And that should do the trick, right? Yeah, let's go. This is much more... Oh yeah, okay. Something like there. Something here. It's more like bum and then bum. So let's do this. Simplify the shapes. It's also very good to simplify the shapes, you know. Don't make it overcomplicated. Maybe just make like a straight line there, and then make a C-curve there. Straight. And then we can add some contour lines too. Yeah, let's go. We take those. We are taking those, man. Look at this. So, when we have like the whole overall thing, like this is just like actually the most difficult part already. Finished like that. The rest is just like details at this point. Just take that and add like details. See if I can do that. Yeah, maybe it's a little this though. And also like overlaps. Add like more nuance to everything. Another cool thing I would say is also like we don't have to draw every detail, you know. That's I think also very important. Make it like more angular actually. Also, this is like a variety out there too, so I just take that, you know, and call it a quit. I guess what I mean is just indicating detail instead of drawing every kind of feather. Let's see if I'm able to pull this off. And you know, you're an artist, you can just decide things to ignore or like to add. I think the most important part is you're just really getting like a variety going. Alright, and then here, can overlap there. I don't know what this is here. It's like the feet, kind of like another kind of cylinders, more cylinders. Let's make it smaller. Bum, bum. Oh yeah, then maybe do some detailing, but more on the side here. I guess it's in texture. I guess I can do this later on. It's not really that important. So that kind of overlap here would be kind of nice. Something here, there, there. Adding more form to it. I guess now it make it like a little bit more beautiful, like interesting. Sometimes you don't have to draw everything. I don't know, maybe that helps your pension, give you like some ideas. I don't know if you even need help. It's about, why not do like a, you know, what's called a bird study real quick. Also, maybe we can just simplify this even more. I think I want to get like the right degree of sharpness at the top. Okay, that's better. So now we can just add like all the shit that we want. We can add like, you know, we can make it more cleaner. We can add like more line art into that to make it like better. Adding like more three-dimensionality to it. And just really, I guess we can just work on it. And then when we finish it, we can just add like, I don't know, values. Getting more values into that. But yeah, that's I would say that's how I would draw birds. I wouldn't be so consumed with every like little feather here. I think the most important part is really like detail indication, I would say. That's the most important part, I would say. And then we can add like texture to it. And after on the side a lot of texture. Then a little bit in the middle. Because the same thing with like if you have like what's called a cylinder, and the cylinder has like, you know, lines equalized on top of that, which are like a lot of lines are like in there, and then the bigger, and then the smaller. Same with here. Can add a lot of detail on the side here. And then a little bit there. But also we can indicate like, oh damn. We should also indicate like, I don't know, form, or like to call wrapping line, so we can do that like this. I like that. But of course, if you want to do like realism and really like copy, then you have to kind of like draw everything. I think. It's really up to you how you want to interpret the thing. So. Something here probably with that and then there. This is more straight, I would say. Then. Yeah. So kind of like fingers in that sense. Let's make this a little bit not like that. The only reason why this looks kind of interesting is because of the negative space here. Maybe I can try that out too. Try it. I mean, it's the same length all the time. but we can try to get the negative space going on. So they're there, and then maybe I was over that. Big, small. Let's make that there. I guess how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Also, like, what I see is also the asymmetric curves here. So that in here. So a little bit there and then here. One, two, three, four, 5. There we have it. Come on, asymmetric curves. I can do it. Practicing the shit, man. Also overlap. Overlap here. Okay. So kind of like that. I want to make this a little bit sharper. Yeah. Oh, it looks kind of nice. What do you guys think? So maybe like give me that. So it's a little bit interesting. All right, and then we add like a little bit here. I guess the hard part would be like the values, but I guess we can try to do that too. I'll like make this a little bit more better looking. Thank you, thank you. And just, I guess, what's good, like, what, would say make the shapes a little more better. Also, what you can do, think about like in the more like of a bigger picture about like detail versus no detail, or like simple versus complex. Right, this is simple, and then a little bit complex. Complexity. Again, you're like an artist, you can just do things that make things look better. And the actual reference, you know. Sometimes you can just add things, leave things out. But of course, what's like no your like point, like what do you want to what do you want to do with this drawing? Right now I'm just practicing like drawing a bird, something like a bird. It's just like two boxes and shoulder with hands and two cylinders at the bottom. That's how I remember the thing here. And also breaking some lines here and there. For the aesthetic, baby. And there's also a couple overlaps here and there. No. I don't know, like thicker lines. Now I'm much too fast, man. I guess it's also like a little bit variety. So we can actually simplify that too with a straight line, yeah. It's, I guess, a good exercise also feel like. What do you want to show or what do you don't want to show, you know? So I'm not really sure how like the whole thing works, but yeah, I'd like more.
My grandma had a really unusual name, Jacinta, and I was really curious.
The fuck is this, man? Like, I kind of feel bad, kind of give them funny ideas. I wouldn't say bad. It's just like it's very, it's very funny. I wouldn't say you should not feel bad about it, honestly. Okay, maybe like that. Yeah, adding like maybe like a little bit form into that too. Yeah, and the rest you kind of like add detail to it. Yeah. Look at this. I didn't draw anything like that, but you kind of like your brain is be like, yeah, there's like a couple of feathers for sure here. Yeah, look at this. Maybe like a little big, medium, small in there, like with intensity here. Like there. Yeah, let's go. So that's kind of nice. Oh. So look at it. Looks nice, right? We don't look at this. We don't really draw any feathers, but you kind of like your brain be like, oh my god, it looks like feathers. It's feathers. But of course, you can add more details and stuff like that. But you can also choose not to, which I do, because I have to draw less, which is nice. And let your brain do the rest for me. Thank you very much, brain. Of course, we can add like more big, medium, small there too. It's more like at this point it's just really like designing element, like between like simple versus complex, density versus no density, another like variety itself there. To make that shit look good, man. Another like line art versus thin lines versus outer lines, and also like overlaps and no overlaps, you know. I do like this, you know, overlap there. But the rest is just like, you know, the rest, like, the beginning is like the most important part. This is not just make shit look good, you know? Make shit look good, that's really it, man. I mean, that's like more like where everybody's like kind of interested in. But the most important part is really the boring, getting like the big shapes going on. It's the most important part. After that, you can just work on that, I guess. Oh yeah. I know it's like big, medium, small. And then maybe like a really big one there. That's kind of nice when you have a reference you can just follow along. It's just basically a blueprint, you don't have to imagine things. Oh yeah, and overlaps. Don't forget the overlaps. Very important. Overlap here. Then I guess there, that. Again, we can add like indicating detail. Oh, that's nice. Asymmetry. Some breaking lines. And boom, there we have it. Of course, we can do it, we can up the quality for sure, but I think that's good enough. What do you guys think? We can up the quality, we can add like more stuff to it, you know. All right. Finished, I would say. And then what we can do is also like adding, you know, start with values, you know. It's like what's the darkest part, I guess? The darkest part will be like here, right? Like the lighting come from the back, I guess, or like, yeah. It's gonna be a little bit difficult actually, but I will take that. Where's like our darkest part, I guess? And besides like besides like the background. Well yeah, this was like black. Gonna be a little bit difficult. Let's make this white. Let's make this. Take that. Let's make a copy of it. White. And just like, you know, we can add the Kage illustration. I don't know, man. It's just more like a study than actually like an illustration, to be fair. It's kind of like, spend so much time on the Kaguya, and then this one is like couple, I don't know, 30 minutes, I don't know, 20 minutes. I don't know how I feel about this one. Okay, and then let's make this. All right. Let's like this one here, right, and then, okay. Make another layer, just look at the darkest part, I guess. I guess this is like the darkest part here, probably. Yeah, value 16, 12. Let's make this like here. And what's like our brightest part, I guess here? This is literally 100. Nah, I saw 100. Yeah, it's literally 100. Okay. Yeah, it's literally 100, bro. Maybe a little bit down there, but literally. That's like that. Okay, let's go. So how do I go about this actually? I would say first we do like light and shadow. Let's follow actually this one here. Take that, yeah. Okay, just like this. Oh, wait a minute. Can I not just make it like this? Wait a minute. Take that. Get that, and then just give like color first. Yeah, let's go. Let's give like pure white. Although no, I don't really like that pure white little bit there. Yeah. Not a fan of the whole pure white thing. And after we've done that, what we do is adding like form into that. And how that's basically light and shadow, you know. Light and shadow is really just adding form to stuff. Of course, and there's also like color, but I think color is more like mood and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I guess that's again another thing. If your line or like your sketch is really like not good, It's gonna be a pain in the ass afterwards. Let's make like a here overlap actually. Oh ja, hier. Hier. Yeah, let's go. Okay, nice. So when we just take that, for example, to get a better indication how the form is. And also very dark there, right? Yeah. Okay, let's take, I guess, this kind of value. Let's start with that. Because it's really difficult to see where light and shadow is if the ambient light is so strong. No. I think that's the ambient light. Some light, you know. It's gonna be some light. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. It's good practice nonetheless, you know. What's the music for today? The music is just lazy afternoon jazz version from Kingdom Hearts. I guess it's really indicating form here. Look at this. We're already indicating form, which is nice. Although the values are not really that correct, I would say. Going crazy, yeah. Bird. Bird is a word, man. Okay, and then also here. Problem what I have is just really like differentiate like the values or like finding the bigger shapes here. I guess that's like the the exercise for this drawing, I guess. Finding the big shapes. Friend and me. So then I guess we make this a little bit darker there. But it's good exercise because I'm struggling with it, which I have to practice it. That's easy. That's the easy rule. If you're struggling with it, you have to practice it. There's no when and why. There's no if and buts there. Got the bird in me. What's that? I know bird is a word, man. A bird, that's a word. The bird, that's a goddamn word, man. I guess the big shapes with a hot brush, adding like the big shapes there, here and there. So, you got a friend in me, man. Yeah, we get in there, we get in there. Now it's just like having the big shapes and smaller shapes, then slowly but steady rendering all the details here. A little bit harder brush. Oh no. Well, now you know it. No. You can say now you learned a valuable lesson today, you know. Thanks, Critter. Today I learned a valuable lesson. Yeah, we're getting there actually. Damn. I'm surprised. Look at this. We're getting there. Oh, loading state, baby. What this will be more difficult actually. God. That was his last words until the whole thing kind of collapsed. Thought it would be easier. What can I say, man? You gotta believe in yourself sometimes. So, and then I guess... So, and then I guess a little bit darker here. So, down there. Yeah. Getting there. I think it's not accurate that. Because let me see. Yeah, it's a little bit inaccurate. Oh. So, how do we do this? It's more like light and then down shadow. Alright, bye bye. Bye bye. It's alright, man. Don't worry, man. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about that, man. Bye bye. So, I guess we don't really do texture right now. Can do texture later on. So, this should be a little more harder. Then we add like That's good, I would say. There's a lime brush. Values are not that correct. See that? Yeah, that's too dark. And I think this is... Yeah, there should be a little right there. So what we can do is maybe like add some texture to it now. Like have some fun with that. Add some goddamn texture to it. Texture. I think I got like a texture pack somewhere. Just take that. Keep this in there. Make a copy of that. Go down to so. And add like some texture to it. Monochronic skin. Color all materials. Image material, color palette, download. So this, can I use this here? Let me see. What's that? Ah, I can just... Okay, this is just like for... I see. I see you. To make it like, oh my god, that is so cool. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for, actually. Give me like some texture brushes or something. How's that? Ah, that looks birdy, I would say. Yeah, that looks birdy. Okay, let's go. Oh, that's kind of nice. Adding some texture here and there. Look at this. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I know. How does that look like? Alright. How does that look like? Yeah, that looks kind of like nice. Let's take that old pastel, I guess. Oh. That looks kind of nice. Wow. Texture. Ooh. Oh yeah, texture is nice, but the really important part is really like the big shapes and the accurate values to get that going, man. It's just very fun. Fun to brush around, I guess. Oh, this is a little bit too... Take that... I can also use like this texture actually. Hard brush, because this is a little bit too dark. Alright, that... looks okay, I would say. Well, yeah, value story. Oh, my brain hurts. But I think it's good. It's a good exercise. Don't lie, it's a good exercise. Yeah, that looks better. So then we can add like another brush. This is too dark, man. And I should also not use the texture brush everywhere, man. You should also use texture brush, like what's called, in transitions. Because this is where like the light hits the most things here. In transition, I understand, like. This should be a little bit more brighter. Right, let me see. This value, okay, no, this is actually... Is this the same value? No. No, still. No, it's the same value. It's just me copying. Just me with the copying. So then actually make a little bit darker there. Wow! Texture! I know, man. It's always kind of nice to see texture do its thing, you know. But I also have to be careful that I don't over texture it, because there should be like a balance between no texture and texture too. Sometimes you just put too much texture to everything and then it looks not good that great. So let's do like the little things here, I guess. The little shapes actually. Now what we have to practice is the little shapes too. I think we have done enough about the big shapes. It's time to actually focus on the little shapes there. Yeah, looking weird. It's going well, I would say. So it's really like thinking about the little shapes here, make it a little more better here. Because like the thing is just like so it's kind of like wrong there. Let's make this. Let's make this actually more like not that round, I guess. Yeah. Looks better when it's like this. Also this should indicate, yeah, let me see, actually. Yeah, this is kind of wrong there. Something like that. It's like more indication, yeah, indicating. Let's go there and then indicating here. Yep, and then make like a nice line there. Yeah, much better. So make this also like white. Have more contrast to that. Okay. Let's go. Something that. I guess this is where we use a little bit more texture. Texture me like you. I am this should be here. Right, yeah, this is too strong. Yeah, have to kind of work on the little shapes more. Yeah. So this is kind of wrong there. So then add like a little bit texture to it. I guess it's like as the feathers, somewhat like that. It's too dark. Wonderful, this one there. Okay, I would say that's enough study. Oh, that was kind of nice. My brain hurts a little bit, but I think I have to work more on the little shapes. But the texture was kind of nice, actually. Texture is really nice. Texture is actually golden here. Oh, wait a minute. A little bit there. It's I think a little bit too dark. Yes, is that? Although it's okay. It's that. Yeah, this is should be much more darker here. Okay, and then we can also do a little bit of some texture here. Okay. Or maybe a little bit more darker there. Okay, I think that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Hopefully you enjoyed, I guess, this little demo of me trying to study like bird and the values and the texture. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.